In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to use the theme customizer. The theme customizer is where a lot of our design options can be found, such as your header options, navigation options, color options, font options, and so on. To find the customizer, look under the Appearances tab and click the Customize link. This will launch the customizer. You can see a preview of your website on the right, and then all of the Divi settings over here on the left. The settings are broken into several categories. Basic theme settings, such as box layout. Enabling a box layout will, instead of your site going full width, it'll be contained within a box. And then vertical nav, if you want your main header here, usually it's at the top. If you want to put it on the left, you can do that. So, for example, selecting vertical nav will place the header on the left here. You can choose whether or not you want to show your social icons in the header. These social icons are defined in the ePanel theme options. And you can choose whether or not you want to show your social icons in the footer. You can also toggle on and off the search icon. And you can choose your header style as well. For example, by default, the logo stays on the left and the menu items go to the right. But if you want to center it, you can change it to centered. And you can see here my logo's been added to the center, and so is my nav. You can define a phone number and email. This contact information will be displayed in the secondary nav bar in the header. So when you define these options, like I said, they'll appear in a secondary nav bar. So if we save and publish, you'll see they've been added up here in the secondary nav. When you don't have any items to be displayed there, then this navigation bar goes away. So back to the customizer. You can also choose your color, primary text color. So both for the primary and secondary navigation bar. So primary being this white one, white at the time, and then the secondary being this blue one. So if you want to change the text color from light or dark, depending on what color you make these bars, you can do that. So right now, this is white, so we want our text to be dark, and this is a dark blue, we want our text to be white, so it shows up. But you can change that based on what colors you are using there. So speaking of colors, here's all our color options. So you can define an accent color, which is like the main highlight color that's displayed throughout the theme. Your main font color, default is gray, main link color, footer background, and so on. Primary and secondary nav, we were just talking about that. So you can see these settings can be changed. And as I change this color, so does my secondary nav bar. And as I was saying before, if you end up using this as a very light color, and you change your primary nav to be rather dark, in that case, you'd probably want to go back here and change these settings so that your secondary nav is dark text, so you could read it, and your primary nav is light text, so you can read it. You also have font options, header and body font, so you can change those independently. Here is an example of a header. It's like the big text in the slider. You can change that text if you like. You can also adjust the body font to whatever you like. We also have some predefined color options if you'd like to pick from those. If you don't want to bother with choosing your own colors, we have some very common options there. Navigation bar. So there's 3 areas where you can add a menu to. The primary nav, which is like this white header here. The secondary nav, which is the blue area. And then your footer nav, which is down here. So if you define, right now you can create a menu in the Appearances menu tab, and once you do, they'll show up here. So I've already created 2 menus. My main menu is being used here, and if I wanted to add a menu to the secondary nav, you can select it here. And you can add it to the footer as well. I'm going to save and publish, and you can see that the menu has been added up here as well as down on the footer. Static front page, you can choose what is displayed on your home page. So by default, when you install WordPress, it displays all your most recent posts. But if you'd like to display a page instead, like a page you built with a builder, you'd want to go in here and choose a static page, and then choose which page you'd want to use for your home page. You can also add widgets to all the widget areas. And we have several widget ready footer areas. Or if you've created a widget ready area using the sidebar module, you can add modules to it here, or add widgets to it here. And that's a basic overview of the theme customizer.